Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be doing an appetizer. This right here is old-fashioned donut holes. It is also called buns. It is basically just a drop donut style, and it is so rich. And y'all, it just melts in your mouth and pairs beautifully with that morning coffee. So let's get into the video. So these are our ingredients, so let's get started. All right, so we're going to start off with our dry ingredients. So in a bowl, I am going to start off with 3 cups of all-purpose flour. This has already been sifted and measured. So 3 cups goes in there. Next, I am going to be adding some sugar. Right here, I have 3/4 cup of regular granulated white sugar. And to that, I would be adding some dry powdered milk. And I used 1/2 cup of that. Now, I am also going to be adding 1 teaspoon of baking powder and also 1 teaspoon of salt. All right. And next, I will be adding some ground nutmeg. This is really important if you want that old-fashioned style, and also 1 teaspoon of that. Those are our dry ingredients. As you can see, we're just gonna go ahead and whisk that together. The powdered milk, you can get it from the baking aisle of most grocery stores. Just make sure that it's whole milk. That way, you know, we're getting more of that fat and richness. These buns or old-fashioned donut holes. They're really rich. They incorporate fats and a lot of dairy, and I love it so much. So once we whisk everything together, we're gonna put that aside. And in another bowl, we're gonna start off with our wet ingredients. I'm going to start off with 2 eggs. These are 2 large eggs at room temperature. And to that, I am going to be adding 3 tablespoons of melted unsalted butter. If you're using salted butter, please do cut down on the salt. And then I would add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Those are our wet ingredients. Now I'm going to go ahead and whisk that together until the eggs are well incorporated with the rest of the liquids. Then now I'm going to add some water, because remember we use powdered milk, so we need some water to dilute that. Now here I am using 1 cup and 1 tablespoon. This is really important. If you mess up the amount of water or the liquid, it's not going to come out right. So all the ingredients will be listed below. I have a direct link to the website for this particular recipe. Now it's time to incorporate our wet and dry ingredients. You can either use a spatula. I am using a wooden spoon because it is stronger. This batter is actually going to be really thick. So just go ahead and mix everything together. And another tip, if you're feeling really, springy, summery, go ahead and add some zest to it. It makes it so refreshing and so delicious. But I didn't have any, so I didn't add any. Now I'm just going to go ahead and mix everything together. And as you can see, the batter is really thick and sticky. All right. And another tip I wanted to add, you cannot substitute the baking powder for yeast. So please just use baking powder. Do not add yeast. This recipe does not call for yeast. Now I'm just going to cover it with a clean kitchen towel and let it sit for about 10 minutes just so it could rest. In the meantime, I'm going to start off my stove, and you're going to need lots of oil to fry. I'm sorry, you got to deep fry this. So wok or any kind of deep pan you have, it must be deep because we need to deep fry this. Add enough oil. I would say anything from 5 to 6 cups of oil. Now once the oil is hot, I go in with my wooden skewer to test the heat, and then with my clean hand or a cookie scoop, you can go ahead and drop the batter. Now today I opt to use my hands because I work quicker with those. Now as you can see, I am just squeezing the batter between my index finger and my thumb right there, and just letting it drop naturally into that hot oil. You want to fry on medium-high heat. And if you notice that the donuts are getting brown too fast and you're afraid that it might not cook, just simply turn down your heat, okay? That way it's going to cook all through and it's not going to come out burnt, right? Please make sure you do not eat uncooked batter. That could actually get you sick. As you can see, they were turning brown so quick, so I had to go in and turn my heat down. And then going in with a chopstick or a wooden skewer, I am just flipping the buns around, flipping the donut hole. That way they fry more evenly, and there's just that even distribution of heat. That's what I'm doing here. And it took nothing less than 5 minutes. Yeah, it did not take a long time at all. Just make sure that you keep flipping it. That way they fry more evenly. This part of the process right here needs your attention. This is not a recipe that you could start and walk away while it's cooking. No, you have to stand there and constantly be flipping it because they can easily get burnt and you don't want that. And at the same time, you want it to have the beautiful golden brown crust on the outside and this beautiful chewy layer inside. So yeah, once I get it to my perfection, it's been frying for about 5 minutes now. I'm gonna go ahead and start bringing them out, starting with the ones that are more brown. And by the way, once they set, the color is gonna intensify even more. So now I'm transferring them over on a clean paper towel so that it absorbs any excess oil that might come out of it. But this recipe does not absorb oil at all. Like, it does not. It will come out melting in your mouth and just perfect. Let me show you what that looks like. Can you see that? Can you guys see that? Look, this is giving me Dunkin Donut Old Fashioned donut holes. That's what it's giving me right here. So I'm going to go ahead and fry the rest of the batter. I would say that it does take up oil. So you just got to make sure that you have enough oil to deep fry all through. If you're making a lot, you might need to top up your oil at some point, right? All right, so now this is the final result. Buns or donut holes are out of the grease. And let me tell you, there's something about fried food. It might be a lot of calories, but boy, is it delicious. This is the final product. It is so, so good. This pairs beautifully, like I said in the intro, with a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, any time of the day. I absolutely love it. This is one of the most common street foods in West Africa, and it is enjoyed by a whole lot of people. I hope you guys like this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye.